Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play the Stirring Abyss. In the last episode, we started playing the game. We helped our one Marine navigate his way out of a cave on the bottom of the ocean, where he had found himself unconscious. Coming to, he discovered another member of the USS Salem, the submarine crew that they were a part of, and together they discovered that they were not too far away from where the submarine had been stationed, thankfully, given the amount of oxygen in their tanks. But upon arriving to the submarine, they discovered her not on the ocean floor, slightly buoyant, but flooded. They were able to drain the control room of the water within it, and then turn on various systems therein, where they noted a beacon flashing for another deep-sea diving suit located somewhat nearby. Traveling there, they recovered a science officer in a different cave therein, and upon returning to the submarine with her, discovered the cook, who had been unconscious within a locker in this submarine. They are currently looking for the wiring manual in order to restore some parts of the ship's, functionality and get her to the surface in some as soon as possible, I suppose, so they can rejoin civilization after their exploration had gone south so poorly. But we're low on supplies. We don't have a very functional submarine at the moment. Most of the sub is still underwater, and most of the crew is still not on board. It's going to take a lot of work and quite a bit of luck for us to manage to get this vessel seaworthy again and get us back up to the surface. That was a pretty good intro. I'm going to put a break there. And now I can talk about you guys. Hey guys! Maybe like another 4 minutes. I'm going to heavily segment this part, by the way. So if you don't want to pay attention to the titles on this YouTube video, because you'll be able to skip past parts in case you don't want to watch certain things. But I want to quickly say thank you, everyone, for being so kind is normally the word I use. You guys were really thrilled to see this game, and I'm really thrilled to play it for you guys. I always like when I can show a game that didn't get much airtime or recognition and, well, bring it to the forefront, as forefronted as I can possibly bring it for my small YouTube channel. And hopefully you guys find this interesting. I feel this game has perfectly nailed the atmosphere and the feeling of being underwater here. The sounds of the submarine creaking, the echoes of the creatures in the deep, the music is perfect. I can't describe another word for it other than it's dead on what I would have expected the music to sound like for this type of game and for the Lovecraftian, Cthulhu-esque type of monstrosities and or creatures that we'll be encountering down here. I think it's phenomenal. I really have enjoyed it. Now that said, some of you have also mentioned how difficult this game is, and I myself mentioned it in the first video as well. This is not an easy game, and man, if you don't read everything fully, and you assume things work a certain way and they don't, which I certainly did quite a bit of my first 5 times trying to get past the 5th mission in this game, it's pretty demoralizing, to say the least. Very difficult, and I liked it. I like it very much because of that. I hope that as we go forward, I can give you guys some advice in case you decide to pick up this game. Although there is one thing of import I want to mention here as well. This is not a game that I feel you can afford to make too many mistakes in. Unlike many other turn-based strategy games that I've played, where I can make a few thematic choices that might not be the best choice to make, such as in Underrail playing Garrett and choosing Burglar as a feat. Here, in this game, this is one of the few games where I don't feel I can afford that luxury. Every choice I make needs to be very close to the best choice, if not the best choice, given the choices available to us at any particular time. So, keep that in mind if you decide to play this game. Don't pick things willy-nilly. Think really hard about things before you go ahead and decide to make a move. Alright. In any case, I have already named people, since I have quite a few people who are interested in joining the roster of the submarine. So, let's say hello to Vulu Jakes as our first Marine. Marine, by the way, I'm going with Marine as the name of the class, who gets access to ranged weaponry. Or have feats that are ranged in nature that involve the harpoon gun in some fashion. We have Petty Officer Jinon Pang, a member of the crew. They're all technically members of the crew. I don't know what name to give to my not Marines, not science/medical officers. Sailors? Can we go with sailors? We'll call them sailors, although someone who watches this video is gonna have worked in a submarine. He's gonna be shaking his head, so angry. I don't know what to call them, but we'll go with sailors. So we have Petty Officer Jion Pang and Methojon Ventru. When it comes, by the way, I guess we'll take this really quick. When it comes to naming a character, you gotta give him a first and last name. And so, well, that means I had to come up with last names for everybody so far. So, hope you guys don't mind. If you have a better last name you want, just let me know and we'll get your character that appropriate last name. And we have Beatrice Belduke as our science officer. I think that was your character over in the Ogre Battle 64 game, right, Belduke? Belduke? You're a terror over there, so I wonder how terrible you'll be. By terrible, I mean terrible to our foes. Not you, your character itself. Your character itself is pretty good. So we'll see how well you do. Oh, and I should look at all the traits for all our characters as well, by the way, because I just noticed that we do have other traits for some of these characters. All right, anyway, I'm babbling. Let's go ahead and put a break here. All right, and let's go ahead now and level our characters up. This will give me a chance to talk about leveling for a bit as well. When you complete a mission, afterwards, some of your characters may have leveled. I'm assuming there's some experience given to everyone in the mission when they, like, kill something, or when they perhaps complete the mission itself. I'm not sure what gives you experience points, but it is awarded to those who go on the away missions and not those who stay behind. So you're going to want to rotate your people, assuming that you want them all to be leveled up. People who have leveled up when you return to the submarine will have these chevrons in the upper right-hand corner of their portrait. You can click on the chevron if their character sheet is not open to immediately bring up your character sheet along with the level up tab selected, but you can also just hit this if you want to instead. Oh, neat! You know, I never clicked this button, and there it shows exactly what our characters have done total. Hey, that's pretty awesome! I don't know why I never clicked this button. I just never did before. Interesting. In any case, let's go back to leveling. When your character levels up, the game will have you pick from amongst two skills. Once you select one of them, you will not be able to get the other, and the other will never present itself again to that character in the future for that run. The skills which your characters get access to is also randomized. Ji-Yuan Pang, for example, has access to Marine and Spotter. We can see that the Cook, though, has access to Goon and Brawler instead when he levels up. Note as well that Jion has Goon as a skill, whereas the Cook has Marine as a skill already. This is the way leveling works. you're not guaranteed to get any particular skill, and when they're presented to you, you might have to choose amongst you might make some really difficult choices amongst the skills that you get. Skills that don't show up earlier might show up later, but there's no guarantee that any particular skill will show up. Skills which characters have access to are also themed to the classes that they are. I do not believe, for example, Explosives Expert on our Marine here will be a skill that can show up for our sailors. It just won't show up. On that note, Spotter and Marine won't show up for our Marine. Like, okay, I don't know what to call them. Leave me alone when it goes to the names, please. Anyway, right. So, you'll also get to level up a stat. You'll get to pick a single one of these 4 stats and level it up 2 points after you choose your skill. Let's go ahead and do so for Vulu Jakes. It gives me a chance to talk about the skills briefly too. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. All right, there we go. Let's do that. So hover over the skills, and you can read about them in the lower right-hand corner. So here we see Vulu's offered a choice between Medic and Commander. Medic says, trained in simple triage and first aid. It's an activated skill, so this isn't a passive trait. Bandage over recent wounds and remove an injury or another physical debuff of your choice from any diver. Heals a percentage of all damage taken during the last 2 turns. 50% healing. So, if a character takes any damage, if you heal them within 2 turns of them sustaining that damage, they will be healed 50% of the damage they have taken within those 2 turns. So if they take 2 hits, for example, and you heal them after the second... if they take a hit in 2 turns, and you heal them on the second turn, 50% of the damage of both those hits will be healed. It also removes a debuff from a character, something like viscous ink that might have been affecting them. It also removes an injury. Injuries are very nasty, I think more permanent debuffs that really hurt. You really don't want to be injured. Having something sprayed in your eyes, that's pretty bad. Getting a broken bone, could be considered even worse. So Medic will allow you to remove an injury as well. Useful. Very useful. We also have Commander. It's not easy to be a leader. Grants an extra action point for another diver for several turns, including this one. So it lasts for 3 turns, 10-turn cooldown. Both of these require an action point to use them. Since Vulu is our leader, I'm going to view him as that, since he was the first character that we picked up. I'm going to give him Commander as a skill. And then we get to choose an attribute and increase it by 2 points. As I talked about briefly in the prior episode, 15 is the average stat. You don't lose anything with the 15, you don't gain anything with the 15. Anything higher than that, and you'll begin getting a bonus for it. Equal to, I think, 1 point of whatever it grants for every 1 point over 15. So here our agility is 19, so we have plus 4% to critical strike and plus 4 to hit with our melee attacks. Anyway, for Vulu, since he's a Marine, I'm going to go ahead and improve his insight to increase his aim by 2 points. It also will have the side effect of giving him 2 more maximum sanity. And we'll confirm this. Let's now do the same for Jian Pang. Okay, I gotta click on this. Okay, so he's a choice of Marine. Semper Fidelis. Is that how you say that? I think that's how you say it. Provides immunity to physical debuffs and increased armor for several turns. Plus 5 armor. Lasts for 3 turns, 7-turn cooldown, 1 action point. He also has Spotter. Every enemy has a weakness. Every weakness is an opportunity. Expose weak spots on an enemy, decreasing their armor and defense rating. Slaying the exposed enemy restores 1 action point for the diver that dealt the final blow. They're both very useful. Spotter would allow my ranged combatants, generally, a good chance to get an action point back after firing their harpoon, and then taking another shot, for example, since normally firing a harpoon takes all their action points to do so. Armor, I believe, can go negative, so this will just let you do extra damage to a target by -5 armor, and a -10 defense means that it will be easier to hit the target. Spotter cannot miss. Marines being immune to physical debuffs mean that you can't be affected by something like viscous ink, for example, or some other really nasty debuffs that can be applied to your character. I think this includes being smacked by the poison that those ranged fishmen were using at us in the end of the last episode. Since Petty Officer Jion Pang has Ruthless and Goon, it strikes me that he loves mixing it up in melee combat. So I'm going to keep him melee combat themed, and we'll grab Marine to help him tough it out in melee combat once he's in the thick of it. For his attribute, it just occurs to me that he's a bit weird, because he's got some decent insight, actually, for a sailor. I'm thinking we're going to want agility raised once and endurance raised once. At the very least, these two, to counter and the penalties that they have. Defense is your ability to dodge, so Jion is easier to hit than our Marine is currently, for example. Let's give him, though, some more agility to turn that melee penalty into a melee bonus. Next, generally when I come back to the sub, the very next thing I do is drain a room. We drained the control room last episode, and we talked briefly about it, but just in case some things were unclear, it costs 6 energy for you, or 6 power, sorry, for you to drain a room. Nothing stops you from draining all the rooms that you can, in case you really want to do so, but then you won't have any power for when you go into the actual mission. And power can be used for more than just these things. There's another thing we can do from this map, but we have to be able to get access to the Enigma board before I think we can access it. So on that note, let's go ahead and drain this room. Now, when you guys are playing the game, if you do play this game, your submarine might be a little different. The rooms might be located in different places, and the resources you recover may also be different. Here, for example, when we drain this room, we will pick up some flares for free. Let's go ahead and drain it. There we go. 1 flare has been added over here to our shipboard inventory. Speaking of which, I guess we should get the rest of this gear put on our people. I guess we'll take all of this. Actually, we'll hold on to the shrapnel charge. We won't equip that at the moment. Now, I want to cover this as well, the shipboard inventory. I guess we should do so. Sure. So, as you guys have seen, this is where we store stuff. I don't think you're allowed to have more than what your inventory can hold in it, by the way. So, if you begin getting overburdened with stuff, you're going to want to consider scrapping things. When you scrap items... I'm going to reload the game if this actually destroys this. Ah! Okay. Well, I showed you. You can drag something over the trash can in order to scrap it, and you will get a little tiny bit of resources back for doing that thing. 4 flares are a lot more important to me than 1 scrap is, so we're just going to reload. I'll very quickly level our people up again, just as we had seen, and we should be good to go again. All right, let's do this. No problem. Right, Commander, aim. You got those flares again. And for Petty Officer, it was Marine Agility. Okay, right. Anyway, you can scrap stuff, so don't be afraid to do that if you end up with things that you don't think you're going to need. Just go ahead and scrap them. You can also create things, by the way. You automatically start knowing several blueprints. Other blueprints, you have to unlock the capability to utilize. We can build bandages, or sorry, duct tape. We can build a med kit, flares, and a spear gun. What it takes to create them will be shown down here. 4 flares, or 1 flare that has 4 uses with it, will cost you 3 scrap, 1 chemical. By the way, I know for a fact that for flares, you get 1 scrap for scrapping them, trashing them, even if there was 1 flare left. So if you use 3 flares in the mission, you might want to scrap the single flare you have left for 1 scrap. I think that's a pretty decent deal. Note, however, something in particular that we can build. A spear gun. I struggled with this game until I realized that I can just make one of these. We won't find, to my knowledge, another spear gun until some significant time has passed. At least I never found one in any other supply chest or a bag on the ocean floor. Maybe we could have, or maybe I could have, but I didn't. So we're going to want to make a second spear gun. Even though we have people who are decent in melee combat, slugging out in melee is quite brutal, and you're better off using your ranged weaponry whenever you get a chance to do so. At the moment, though, we're going to need this scrap to repair this room. This Enigma board is going to cost us 15 scrap to repair. Let's do it. Nothing we can't fix with a little elbow grease. What's the Enigma board, you ask? Let's take a look. You have a tech tree over here. These are various ways at which you can improve either your characters or your odds in the game in some capacity. Eldritch will, well, it's difficult for me to give a summary of what these all do. In fact, I'm guessing I guess I'll hover over these really. Actually, I guess I should talk about them really quick. So let's cover all these individual upgrades that we see. I'm going to pick one to learn it. So, first off, the Enigma board requires clue tokens for you to be able to unlock any of these. Once unlocked, they're a permanent upgrade for you or your crew. On that note, by the way, you can unlock blueprints that you don't have access to. You just have to spend clue tokens to gain access to it. It doesn't tell you, by the way, what these things do. So if you don't know what amphetamine does, you might want to find one first before you go ahead and unlock it. You can find blueprints, by the way, as recovered resources down here, which will give you, I believe, a random blueprint will be unlocked. They are more expensive the further down you go in these rows, by the way. 25 clues for the bottommost craft, 20 for the middle, 15 for the upmost. Anyway, let's get these really quick. Augury 1, +2 Eldritch dice. This is a lie. This does not give you 2 extra Eldritch dice. This improves 2 Eldritch dice that you possess. It, I believe, removes 1 empty side, replacing it with a triple, another 6 basically. So if you roll a 5 or a 6, that's 3 points. You have 1, I think you still have 2 1 points. You have 1 empty slot, and you have the negative slot on those dice. Dark Bargain. All divers gain the ability to exchange their sanity for invocation points. Shares a cooldown across all divers. So you can spend sanity in order to replenish an invocation point. Invocation points are needed for you to use those eldritch powers, which we unlocked by interacting with that one shrine. You can gain 6 max sanity to all your divers as well here with poise. Vitality will give all divers plus 10 more maximum health. I believe their health and sanity when you take these is also, you get that immediately. You don't have to heal it, as it were. When selecting mutations, choose from 3 options instead of 2. We don't have access to mutations yet because we have not acquired any of the resources required to learn such. We will be doing so very soon. An extra air tank. Plus 6 maximum air. Affects all divers. And improved strength. Plus 20% to all melee damage. I feel that amongst all of these options, you really want extra air tank. This is 6 more turns. You can stay down underwater before you drown. It's 6 more turns before your characters reach 7 oxygen, at which point they start losing sanity. I feel this is probably one of, if not the most important upgrade to get, and I'm glad to see it's available right away down here for 50 clues. Let's grab it. Now, if we come back to the Enigma board after reloading the game, this will look like it's unlocked, but the light should still be lit on it, and you still have access to it. There's a few glitches in the game, but you still have access to it, so don't worry about losing it if it looks like you have lost it in the future. Upon taking a skill down here at Mechanical from this rank, we also have now unlocked the rank above it, which has Medical Duplicator, chance to not consume medical items when using them, and improved spear guns. Increase base damage with all spear guns, plus 15%. Okay, well, let me put a break here. And now, I think we're good to go on the next mission. Who are we going to take on that mission, though? Since these 2 leveled, I want to get the next level on all of my people. So, Gion, we'll leave you behind, and we'll grab Methajon for the next one. He has Marine and Masochist. Chance to reduce all active cooldowns by 1 turn when taking damage. The more damage you take, the bigger the chance. And what skills do you have, Belduke? Slippery. It's not fleeing, it's just repositioning. Oh, immune to attacks of opportunity. That is a really nice one. Interesting. You also like fighting in melee. You have 8% melee damage, apparently, Belduke. Interesting. But you're more easily hit. Oh, your stats are not so great. Oh, and you hate melee. You hate ranged combat, but you're not so bad otherwise, Methajon. Harder to hit, a little bit of damage reduction, slightly increased chance to hit. That's promising. All right. Enough talk. Let's go ahead and head on over to the next mission. Leave no man or woman behind. Let's get it done. Alright, everyone. We've covered the basics last episode, so I don't feel like I should have to cover them now. I generally don't like scanning right away in a mission. I like having the first turn without doing so, on the belief that we're not going to encounter anything immediately right outside our spawning point. But we could. That's totally possible, and it has happened to me before. since that was all of our action points used. I'm not going to want to explore. Much more. Okay. Not very far this turn. But I'm kind of super nervous. So let's just move out just a tad and then end our turn. There's bad guys right here. Oh no! 3 of them too. Wow. Man, how am I going to do this? I feel like we need to reposition down here, away from them, or on this side. I'm going to try to do that. I want to be able to shoot their range support. Okay. Let's end our turn here. A bit dangerous to end the turn here, since they could just wander down and accidentally find me, and then combat will start. But I'm gonna hope they don't. Remember the house rules that we're playing with as well, everyone. No reloading. And I will try my best to not evacuate, if possible. That guy knows where we're going. All right. Well, let's try this fight. So we're going to start by using Commander here, and we'll use it on our cook. He can then walk up a step. I want to know where those ranged guys are. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and use Explosives Expert. No, we're not. It's too far away. Okay, then. Let's use our spear. No. I want to shoot it with a dissolving dart. We have an accuracy penalty. Let's move you up just a tad, Belduke. We should now do a little more damage with our spear gun. We can use Marine. Oh, I see. I should have moved first. So we were in the process of moving, but because I stopped moving to use an action, I now don't get to use another action. Rather, my movement action points are consumed by me using another action. That's a bit of a shame. I don't want him running up and hitting my science officer. But I also don't want to just move him up a hair. Let's use defensive posture. Sure. Or actually what we could do, let's use Void Step. And we'll position... Oh, actually, we can probably just walk here. Let's do that. We'll keep him locked in combat with him, and we'll threaten that Spine Skulker. Nice, okay. We are actually threatening both Spine Skulkers by staying here. And let's end the turn. We're immune to that thanks to using Marine. Okay. I would like to kill this one without using our cook, so that he can kill one of these Spine Skulkers instead. That's the end of that one. I'm going to move Belduke up into melee with this one. They can't shoot at point-blank range, so they have to run away. And we'll chase this one down. More food for the scavengers. Let's end a turn. Oh, that's a shame. Let's see if we can see him. We'll reload and move on up. Everyone stays together at the moment since we're in combat. It's dead, right? It has to be. Woo! Man! Nothing like an early combat to get your heart pumping. Okay. Well, we want supplies. We're also all out of action points. Let's end our turn. None of them looks like they spawn the Vital Essence, either. Ooh! Okay. That's a explosive. Enemies, to my knowledge, do not target such things on purpose, but we can use it as an explosive. I don't think there's probably any reason to... These bulging pods, I've never seen them give me any... There's no clue tokens you get for destroying them. They don't have any, like... Well, nothing has any loot on it for that matter, but I've never seen a Vital Essence from them either. So I use them mostly for explosive purposes if I need an AoE to hit an enemy, and I can lead them through it. I see an air vent over here. We're gonna move towards it. I am gonna... This is so dangerous what I'm doing, guys, but I'm gonna split the party a bit. So I can look for resources. Okay, you're gonna hear me intake air every time I see an enemy. I wasn't expecting this, where I wasn't expecting to find one. Okay, no problem. Kind of. If I move away, I won't see it. But I don't have a good angle where I currently am. Let's light this area up. We can move one more away. Here. And then we can use our explosive expert. That should kill both of them. I've never had this miss. Let's see if it's possible. How many of them can there be? One more of them. It's over here this time. 1 supply and 3 chemicals. Transfer to the submarine. I don't know if I can... Let's try a dart. Uh-oh. The combat music started, which generally means there'll be more than just one down there. Okay, there was not. Actually, there was. We're still in the cut music's still playing. Let's move her away. Have someone better suited for combat step up. Over here, we'll reload and we'll make our way for that scrap metal. I'm guessing that there isn't any... Generally, when I've seen enemies together, there tends to be multiple jellyfish together, but not something more dangerous than that near them. Oh! This Psychophosa looks wrong. Diseased or something. There's something about this place. It changes the things. It's changing us. What the heck is happening? Why are there so many enemies? Let's attack this one. And then I'm going to use defensive posture. This is a very special jellyfish. I wasn't expecting to see them so early. Let's show you what happens when you smack one of these. Unstable, a new buff it gained. Let's see if we can kill it. Oh no. Oh no, Tim. You better kill it. Oh, guys, this is really bad. This is really bad. I thought we would do a little more damage. It has 1 hit point left. It has 1 hit point left. We're gonna have to hope we can kill it. So, that jellyfish, 2 things occur when that with that jellyfish doesn't happen with the normal ones. When it's killed, it spawns that strange corruption on the ground. We'll get to see what that does soon enough. When it is unstable, it only lives until the end of its next action, which is always going to be getting as close to you as possible, and then, at the end of its turn, it detonates, and it does a substantial amount of damage, something like 40 points of damage. It's awful. It's really awful, and it's an AoE, so if Beltuk had missed, we were going to take 40 damage on both of our people. It was going to be horrible. Let's take a look at this corpse. The death of the mutated Skyphosa spawned a network of bone-white tendrils that squelch underfoot as Cook Ventru shifts his weight. What was this thing? like a spoiled fruit, bringing decay and corruption by way of its demise. A vessel. But for what? Okay. I didn't think there would be that much over there. I didn't realize there'd be more to explore. I'm gonna keep going in this direction, because I'm under the impression there probably won't be anything else. And we'll keep those two together. Let's ping and see if there's anything else hostile out here. There's nothing near our captain. Good. Wow. I would not have seen that copper had I not swung the cursor over it. There's no hostiles over here near these people either. Good. We have one more round of that sonar. Looks like there's one thing up ahead. I am going to guess that because there's just one of whatever it is, that it's probably a bulb. And it is. Nothing down here near our captain. We still do have this the sonar. Okay, yes, we still have the sonar pinging at the moment. More scrap metal. Man, not saving the game, guys, makes me so nervous. I discovered that I feel like you have to split the party. Like, it's so dangerous to do, but you have to do it. You have to cover the ground quickly. Actually, okay, that's not true. That's not true at all, what I'm saying. You don't have to do that at all, because you can always just evacuate if the situation looks too dangerous. You can just evacuate if your oxygen runs low. But I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna stay, viewer. We're gonna stay here together until we complete the missions. Now, a heads up, by the way, for evacuate. You can evacuate a story mission, one of these missions, and then come back without consequence. There are other missions that you can find out here, though, in the game, by scanning for them. We couldn't do it yet. I think we might be allowed to do it when we get back to the ship before the next mission starts. Those missions, if you evacuate during them, you lose the mission, and whatever it was you were trying to do is a failure. We'll cover those in a little bit later. Wow, a med kit and supplies. We can't hold the med kit, so we might as well just transfer both of this to the submarine. I don't know if there's a hostile up ahead. Enemies. We see there's a hostile creature here. Let's just move you there right now, Belduke. I'm gonna risk this. Okay. I don't see anything. Let's have everyone meet at the air vent, and then I guess we're going up in. I guess this is north. We'll go north from there. I'm always going to inhale because I never expect something to be there. Okay, they're too far away, Tim, for your captain to assist. They're just too far away. Okay, let's dissolving dart. And wait. I'm tempted to marine. And then also defensive posture. So let's do those. Beldu can move away. Okay, let's end the turn. Oh. Oh! What could glow like that down here? I hate when they miss, because I wasted my turn using defensive posture. Alright. Well, this is a bit awkward. We need to deal with this guy now. So let's start with a... It's already being dissolved. Oh, that's interesting. We gain a bonus to hit because of our elevation. Let's use Providence. Absorbs the next damage instance from an external source. Because we're not going to kill this round. Where did that shot come from? I don't know. Oh, it's not even in the detonation zone of that, so it wouldn't help us to go after to hit it. Let's just end the turn. How much life does this have left? 14. We can't kill it with a dart, but we can move our cook here. And then we're outside of the AoE of this bulging pod. But it is not. Oh, missing always sucks. Oh, you know what I should have done? Should have hit the pod. Should have hit the pod. Oh, it's not even in range of the pod. Okay, never mind then. Wow, this one is a champion amongst their kind. We gotta chase it. No! Damn it all. We're too late. The All-Devourer is near. Got a skulker. Oh, quite a bit of damage there at the very end. Wow. And you're still hurt. With 3 stacks of this stuff on you still. Alright. Let's get some more oxygen. I guess we'll be leaving very soon. So we're going to use this oxygen on our science officer. And why don't we heal our Marine a bit? There can't be anything else here, right? There can't be. Air tank's running low. Oh, okay. We gotta leave now, or we're gonna start losing sanity. Although we can't quite leave now. Because it will take an action point to actually evacuate. Alright, let's interact with this guy. The aborted ritual. A body lies atop the makeshift altar. Unfurled viscera, waving gently with the ocean current. Pale skin, drained of life. Blue jumpsuit. Navy blue. White. The young able seaman was the foremost prankster among the crew of the USS Salem, with a mischievous smile that never quite fully left his lips. Here he lies, slaughtered like an animal and abandoned to the scavengers. The scene suggests ritual sacrifice, but the task appears unfinished. A crude bone blade still lodged within the half-open thorax. Cook Ventru knows he should bury the young man as best he can, but strange whispers fill his ears. White is already dead. What harm could it do? Well, let's go ahead and loot the body. So I've only ever... Okay, so I guess I should tell you what I've done before. I've only ever looted the body. And this will net us, I think, a med kit. And maybe some scrap. Let's loot the body this time, too. The ghoulish search produces 2 items of note. A sealed medkit that will certainly be of use, and a faded photograph of 3 smiling children, the younger siblings of Abel Sealman White. Racked by guilt, Ventru sets out to bury the body, only to lose his grip. No longer tied down, the remains rise swiftly out of reach toward the surface somewhere far above him. I completely forgot about this thing, and it's too late for us to go back. Well, it's not, but we start losing sanity now. I guess we could have these 2 check it out really quick, if it's still there. But it's going to take us 2 turns to reach it. We'll try for it. This is actually incredibly dangerous now, Tim, if you're going to stay here. Oh man, I don't like this, but this is for the content. It faded away. We were too slow. Okay. Will anyone ever believe what we found here? No. No, they won't. Mission successful. 15 scrap, 8... Well, actually, you guys can see what we have there. You guys don't even need to say it out loud. And Belduke gained a level. Well, I was going to do 2 missions an episode, everyone. But I think we should probably just do 1. At least for this time. That felt like that took close to an hour. And I don't want these to be longer than an hour, hour and a half absolute tops. So, let's level. We'll do a little bit of crafting. We'll drain another room, and then we'll be good to go. So, let's... Well, I guess actually the first thing we probably should do is look at the rooms that we now have unlocked to the sides of us here. Actually, then why don't... Let's level now, but we'll do everything else in the next episode. So... Belduke, congratulations. Oh, on your level. By the way, when you return to the submarine, you will recover a little bit of life. You might have seen that we gained, I think it might have been like 10 life. I think you recover like 10% of your life when you get back to the submarine after being out on a mission. But you do not recover any sanity. Sanity can only be recovered via passive traits that your characters possess, or through supplies when you unlock a certain room to spend them as such. Alright, Belduke, what did you get? Medic. Geologist. Always ready to rock for Geologist. Launch an improvised test charge that disturbs the ocean floor, resulting in a temporary impassable pile of rubble that also acts as cover. Duration 3. Cooldown 4. Cooldown replenishes 1 charge. 1 action point. I don't really remember how well this works. Basically, this will make some rubble on the ocean floor, creating an unpassable tile. After a certain amount of turns have elapsed, I believe it will fade away and be passable again. I want to say that the cooldown for it actually just increases the charges as opposed to actually going on cooldown. So I think you can use it multiple times, but don't quote me on that. Since it showed up with Medic, and since Beatrice Belduke is our science/medical officer, we're going to give her Medic. It looks like we really need it, given what happened to us in the last episode. That was, by the way, that was very poor playing on my part. Why don't we choose Insight to give her a little bit more aim? Well, I had said goodbye, everyone, but I think we can fit another one in. So, awkward cut to the rescue, let's do another mission. So before we go and do that mission, let's drain another room first. And what do we have available to us? The forward battery room. Instant surge of power, also increases power of regeneration, and we'll find copper when we drain that room. Forward torpedo room. Enables torpedoes for use, and gives us +3 torpedoes. You'll have to repair the room first, though, before we can actually fire the torpedoes. And we'll gain some supplies and a blueprint of some sort. We have the valve room, which will be a convertible section of some sort, and will give us scrap metal. And cruise mess. We can heal crew members using supplies here on the USS Salem. And recover some supplies. I should mention quickly how awkward it is for me to say Salem. If the words got an L in it, apparently I have a really hard time pronouncing it. There's a fish, which is, I can never pronounce this fish, guys, but I'm gonna try. It's a well-known fish. It's a delicious fish. How do I pronounce it? It's up in Alaska. And bears like to eat it. I'm gonna say it wrong. I'm gonna say it wrong. Because I don't know how to say it right. I always say it wrong. I think it's pronounced salmon? And I always say salmon is the name of the fish. And that's not it. It's not salmon. But that's how I say it all the time. And so, for this to not be Salem is how I want to say this. That's not right, right? This is not, it's not S-A-L-E-E-E-M. Sorry, it's not S-A-L-E-M. It's S-A-L-E-M. Salem, not Salem, which is how I want to say that. God. All right. Well, if we're going to drain a room, we could definitely use more power, but I also want more scrap metal. And we're gonna want to repair one of these sections. Although if we drain this room for 6 power, we will gain more power back that we can use to drain another room. Let's do that. So we'll pump this forward battery room, which gives us 3 copper. Oh, and it looks like it gave us 1 power. That was less power than I was hoping for. It's 12 scrap and 12 copper if we want to repair the room. It's 12 scrap and 4 copper if I want to make a spear gun. We have enough to both make another spear gun and to repair this room. Let's do it. So we'll repair the room first. Oh, okay, and then we got the power. Nothing we can't fix with a little elbow grease. So now I think instead of 10 power at the end of a mission, I think we'll earn 15 now instead. And since that gave us 10 power, let's use 6 more of it to drain the valve room. So, rusted through with oil-stained handles. Better bring a crowbar. Oh, let's pump it. 5 scrap. Now, this is a convertible section. This is not repaired. You build something in here from amongst a group of choices. Let's look at these really quick. Or not so really quick. A bedroom. You'll get 8 more healing between each mission if you make a bedroom. It's a passive benefit. Actually, I think all these are... Is that right? No, not all of them are passive. A dissection room. You gain additional clue tokens for every defeated enemy. This is very important, and you're going to want to build this sooner rather than later. I think I want another spear gun first, though, so we're going to get a spear gun before we make a dissection room. But my intention will be to make this a dissection room in the next episode, assuming we don't all die in the next mission. A jukebox room. You'll be able to spend supplies to restore sanity. I think it's 10 or 15 points of sanity restored per supply used. This is a good use of your supplies. If you're doing well, you won't notice your sanity running so low quickly. Or rather, hold on. If you're doing well, your sanity won't be being drained. You'll be killing enemies and making good tactical choices with what you're defeating, and not staying underwater long enough that you begin to lose sanity because you're low on oxygen. But you will eventually begin taking sanity loss. and you're going to want to have some option to restore it. This is a phenomenal way to restore your sanity. Convert pattern sequencer. Amplifying the sonar signal will also highlight locations of nearby resources. Anything you can get, like copper or scrap metal on the ocean floor, will show up on your sonar when you ping it. An equipment room. Increases the away team size by 1. If this isn't one of your biggest priorities, it should be. In my opinion, you really want the dissection room first, followed immediately by the equipment room. Start saving for it. 4 people, that's a world of difference on the away missions. A training room. You can spend resources to level up divers. I never really had a problem leveling up divers, as I was able to keep everyone alive, but as we just saw, what I've done in the past is not likely to carry over to the future. Maybe we'll build this at some point. And the Profane Chapel allows the resurrection of dead divers by using Void Marrow. Beware, resurrection takes its toll on sanity. Anyway, we're not going to put anything here at the moment. I mostly drained it so we can get some scrap metal. And we will craft a spear gun. Okay, so I'm thinking we'll bring... I think we'll bring the same people with me. Or at least that will be the plan at the moment. And we'll give Beatrice a spear gun. Oh my god, Beatrice, please put this in your forward slot. All right. Let's look for the next mission. There it is. But there is a new symbol here. Scan for additional missions. There's a certain number of hidden missions out on the map. As you explore the map more thoroughly, more missions can be found in those areas. Let's see what we find. I was hoping not for this one. Okay, so we found a salvage mission by scanning. Let's talk about the random missions for a bit. I'm sorry, by the way, everyone, for describing all of these game mechanics. Obviously, we won't have to do this in later missions. They'll be much faster than this one. We'll get to the action quicker. So, when you scan for a mission, the mission that shows up is a bit random. The reward, or rather what the mission entails. We could have gotten a rescue a crew member mission instead, or we could have got a activate the seals mission instead of a salvage. There's also these, I think, secret Russian missions that you can find. We'll discover that there was another team down here besides us, and we will find remnants of what they were attempting to discover and what they were going through down here. You can only find those missions by scanning for them. And which ones show up is, as I just mentioned, random. Let's see if we can find another one. Oh, there's the SEAL defense I was just talking about. Okay, but still no crew member. I'm going to do this once to show you guys. Once again, this will be really, really quick. I actually like those missions. I really hate passing on a SEAL defense, but it's too late. I want to show you this again. So once again, let's drain this room. Repair it. Drain this room. Build a spear gun. Get it attached. Get it attached or not. Perfect. All right, let's try this again. Different spot. Same, but it's still salvage. and a diver rescue this time, instead of a SEAL defense. This was at the location, though, of the SEAL defense we had seen earlier. If you don't like what missions show up, you can just go ahead and keep scanning. Now, or rather reload and scan again, and see if you get different missions, for example, since the rewards you get from them is randomized. We know, because we've just seen it together, that there's a spot here that we can also find, but I don't want to run too low on power, because I'd like to use some of our submarine's capabilities on these missions. Now, since we got a diver rescue, we will absolutely go there in order to rescue that diver. A heads up that I find the salvage missions to be the toughest of the missions. I believe the way salvage works is that you need to get all the salvage you're tasked to find, or you get to keep none of it. You're on a time limit, by the way, for the salvage mission. So it's really difficult to do salvages. That said, we'll still make an attempt at it. But right now, since we do have a diver rescue, let's go get this done. Actually, let's first check my characters. So... sure. We'll bring these people with us. But I don't like being without a med kit. Okay. Diver rescue. Let's try it. Unfathomable zone. Leave no man or woman behind. Let's get it done. Let's ping to start. I like pinging this on the second turn, not the first turn. I'm always hoping that they aren't right up against me. And the person we're looking for is down here, according to the map, by the way. And there's a single air vent in that direction. So let's start by going the opposite ways. Okay, there's a bulging pod here. And nothing else up that way. And another pod. Okay. Let's kind of stick together this time. I see a crate. Maybe we can risk splitting up after all. Oh! Oh! No, we can't! No, we can't risk splitting up at all! Can you see him from here? You can, but that's not a good shot. Okay, so let's start with a dissolving dart. And can you hit it? No, you can't. Oh, that sucked. All right, what else is over here? Let's charge you down. Move you up and use commander here. If I void step, we can void step right next to it, which we can't do via movement, so let's do that. And let's use marine. Okay. Let's see. Let's try another dissolving dart. We can have him use... We can have him use Goon to incapacitate the Merc Fiend. Or sorry, disorient him. And then we can charge these two to keep them both pinned. Over here. I'm going to move up. Since this thing's disoriented, it may move away from us, and if it does, then it will take free strikes. Okay, that's good. Sorry, targets opportunity. Good. Killed automatic. Kill without that much work. Oh, that's interesting. I guess we only get one target, an opportunity attack per character, and you don't get a second. Okay. Well, let's see if we can hit these then. Maybe facing does matter. We had a 100% chance to hit that one. Now, we didn't heal him, so we're not going to be able to, despite the fact we had medic. But I felt like we still did a decent job there, and we killed them all, which is far more important than healing a little bit of damage, I feel. Watch him die. Watch you die, Gion, right here now. That would suck. Okay, let's get these supplies. One supply, 3 chemicals. We'll reload. I really want to make sure there's no supplies over here. Okay, I don't see anything. Oh, no, I do see scrap metal. Okay. We'll want that. Let's keep these two together. Another bulging pod. Oh! Oh, Tim. You keep thinking there's nothing over there. You should have pinged. I don't know why you didn't ping. Oh, God. And there's 2 of them. And there's a 3rd over here because I see the exclamation mark. Okay, I think we void step and we run. This way we don't take the free strike. We'll go ahead and give you guys a chance to see what Overwatch does. Okay. Killing the enemy on their turn is a fine use of your shooting. Let's use a blinding dart on him. Which will make it so... Oh, that reduces his aim, Tim. Remember, that does not... Actually, we should use dissolving dart. I thought that was a numbing dart. Blinding darts make it so he doesn't hit, so we kind of wasted that, to be quite honest. I want to guarantee the kill. And I'm guessing you're arranged over here somewhere. Oh, or you're not over here. Okay, you are over here. Hello, sir. Okay, actually, we probably don't need both of you to go there, so we'll send Beatrice up this way. Oh, there's a crate up here, too. That was amphetamine, or however you correctly pronounce it, viewers, the way it's supposed to be pronounced. At least I'm not saying iron ignates incorrectly, to the joy of everyone at home. What are the odds there's more over here? There can't be more over here, right? There can't be. That's what's going through my head, which is why you see me dashing forward like I am. There could be something on the other side. Oh, no. There's not going to be anything on the other side of the bridge. But there could be supplies there that I haven't seen on the edge of the bridge. I'm going to have us get back together. We have still not figured out what the tentacles do yet, have we? Tim says, as he sees them and is a little too close to them. Oh, nothing happened. We've seen that the patches of it get larger as the corruption level increases. What they do, I think, also becomes more dangerous as that level increases. Okay, that's a dead end. Oh, hell no. I knew being near that stuff was a terrible idea. What is that thing? I've never seen anything like it. No one has. Or at least, they've not lived to tell. When you are near these tendrils, there's a chance that they'll spawn this thing, from what I've seen so far. The game likes doing it when you're in combat more than when you're not. And the higher the level, the more of them you'll get coming out of these tentacles. When you're up against a wall fighting 2 or 3 enemies, and then suddenly 2 more get added to the mix because you were too close to tentacles or these tendrils, it's a real nightmare. They're also rather hard to hit. Oh, well, or can be. I think we use Commander here. Actually, it's just one of them. We probably won't need Commander. Damn it, so close. No, that was a mile in the opposite direction, sir. Or it might as well have been. Can we goon it? Wow. Missed. Missed again as it flees. Oh, this is awful. We need to see it. There you are. Well, at least it'll take a little more damage. Looks like they do have some armor. That's an awful chance to hit. So let's make it a 100% chance to hit. And I hate this, but we have to give chase. We can at least heal some of that with medic. Hesitantly, Petty Officer Pang prods the remains. It's just appeared, rising out of the slowly spreading network of corruption that plagues the ocean floor. The tough but yielding shell around the void spawn must be the same material that covers the tendrils. What is your purpose? he mutters, gaze held swift by the dark, dead eyes. Guardian? Predator? In either case, steering clear of the corruption wherever possible seems prudent. I don't think... I've not seen it ever spawn more enemies to turn after like it spawns them. I think there's a little cooldown between when it can spawn another such creature. But being too close to the tendrils will have them spawn it. There's another thing the tendrils do, but I'm gonna wait to mention it until we actually see it do it. That's good. Let's end our turn. We'll ping the map this turn. Ooh, hostiles. South here. They're clustered together, so there's... I'm guessing it's... Well, actually, I don't know what type of creatures it'll be. But normally, bulging pods tend to be alone. They're not clustered so thickly. So many. Oh, okay. Oh, there's more out this direction. More things. Okay. Let's end the turn. I was hoping I wouldn't have to fight so many. I wish I was home. We're almost out of oxygen. Or we're less than half filled on oxygen. Did we bring a tank with us? We did not. Alright, we better be quick about this then. Which means we're going to need to go... Oh, okay, there is a pod here. We're gonna need to get down there. We kind of just have to go for it. Let's see. Let's show you how flares work. Click a flare, and then click somewhere you'd like it to go that you have line of sight to. What is that? Unknown creature. Well, when in doubt, shoot it. And miss spectacularly. Oh no. Let's see. Let's move you here. I think we'll overwatch down there. While you'll use defensive posture. Oh, wow. Sandwiched. Oh, this is incredibly bad. I don't think I've been in a worse situation than the one I'm in right now. So we have to run. This is going to kill us. You have to run in a different direction, though, science officer. Let's void step to get away from the melee range of that one. Oh, it can move up there. Okay, well then that really sucks. Wow, Tim. This is incredibly bad. I think you just have to keep running. Can I void step again? Not far enough. We have to get away. We have to. We'll have to hope this is far enough. Oh my god. Wow. 3 Merc Fiends. And there's a ranged one there, too. That was good. At least it hurt its friend. We're running out of oxygen. I think we failed this mission, guys. So, how can we get out of here? You can safely move because you have slippery. I don't want to get too close to the corruption. I think we just have to take this hit. Actually, we can goon this creature. And that will let us run. She can dart. Oh, nope, she's in range of it. We'll need a flare here. I hate that that's always too far away. Right. They can also make themselves unstable if they desire to do so. Well, we're going to have to run down here. I need to know where that archer is. There he is. We're almost out of oxygen. We have 5 turns left. We gotta go. We have to go for the person. So we're gonna charge him for him. Oh, there is an air vent somewhere over here, so we can go to that to buy us more time. Have to hope we don't get one of those things. Okay, good. We did not. Hypoxia. Yeah, we're running out of oxygen, so people are becoming afraid that they're gonna die. We have to rush it. My goodness. This mission has been really stupidly tough. Corruption spreads throughout the deep. Okay, out of air. There can't be any more of these things left now. Only thing left out here is supplies, copper and scrap metal, and the diver suit we're here to find. Speaking of which, we should still make our way toward it, Tim. Let's ping. Okay, there's nothing else on radar. Assuming there's no corruption up here. We can take a look and see if there's any supplies. Safely. No, nothing. We saw that thing, whatever it was, shoot at us, like lob something elegantly arced through the water. You don't want to get too close to it. Oh, you're kidding me. Come on. Screw you, game. 92% chance misses. Okay, whatever. That's Stirring Abyss, baby. Okay, it missed too, so thank God for small miracles. Oh my goodness, there's another one! Okay, well, let's Dissolving Dart it. And then reload. We're not going to be able to stand in that zone after we destroy it. Yeah, I know. We just topped off your air tanks, but you're running low again. The contamination that had deformed this pod is evident even in its current sad state. Vibrant colors have given way to pallid green, and even the small symbiotic I can't pronounce it, have atrophied to withered stumps. Life, once vigorous and florid, now ousted by death and decay. No trace remains of the parasitic growth that had attached itself to the shell, though Jakes is glad to see it destroyed. A closer inspection might have provided some much-needed answers. That's who we're here for. And some nearby copper. Okay, let's get the heck out of here. Mission successful. Man, we didn't get a lot of supplies from that. Did I forget the copper at the very end? I did, didn't I? I just walked right out. Oh, Tim. Oh, you can't be doing that. You really can't be doing that. So, everyone, it's difficult for me to think all the time when I'm talking and trying to describe what's going through my head. Something's going to suffer when you play a video game and you try speaking to other people as you do it. That's a real shame. That was at least 3 copper, and we need every single scrap of that we can get. Alright, well, too late now. I guess I should save the game every so often, so if I make a simple mistake like that, I can go back and undo that, but... oh. Not at this moment. And we got a new officer. Another cook. A second cook. So this is a dude. So... Cyber, he's not going to be named after you. This is going to be for THC Demon, who is next on the list. But I need a last name, sir. I need a last name. So what would you like? I guess I won't name you at the moment. THC Denton. Can we call you JC Denton? Or maybe THC? Oh, I can't capitalize things. I can't all caps it. So we'll go with T Denton at the moment. We could oh, it's gonna look like this, right? Oh, can I cheat? Can I do this? Hold on. Ha 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 ha! THC Denton. You also have Goon. You're decent at combat, actually, mixing it up, because you have no penalty to hit, good strength, good endurance. Okay, no one leveled from that, really? Oh, that was a tough mission, too. Well, I guess before we go, let's drain another room. We'll pick up chemical supplies and morphine if we go through this room. So let's grab those supplies. And this room has a med kit. Darn it. Oh man, this is really awkward. Lots of items for us to use, but not a lot of actual scrap or copper in the rooms today. That's super awkward. And I guess before we leave, let's pick up the Enigma board. And let's improve our dice a tad by taking Augury 1. Which will now improve 2 of our dice. The next upgrade does the same thing to 2 other dice, Augury 2. Devotion, which gives you 2 extra invocation points. And Momentary Respite, which will lower the corruption level. Unfortunately, what I really want to make is the dissection room, and we're 2 scrap away. And 1 chemical away. So, doesn't matter. We don't have those resources. Maybe we'll get them in the next mission. Which is probably going to be this one. This is the tough one! This is the really stupidly tough one that I failed to defeat in the past. And I don't know, guys. I'm not having a good feeling about this. So I'm going to need lots of your believing in me. When we're playing that mission and the final combat starts, which it'll be obvious when we're in the thick of it, I'll need you to clap to believe in me. Good Lord, I'm going to need it. All right, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, everyone.